What's poppin', y'all? Real rappers showing you how it's done. Man, I posted this on my Twitter, and I quote tweeted something from 2022 where I said Rick Ross is one of those people that just doesn't have a bad discography. And I've been saying this for years, even in videos if you've constantly been paying attention. I said Rick Ross is one of the most underrated rappers. He's an elite rapper, and people are like, oh, no, man. They can't give an actual reason, but Rick Ross's pen just immaculate. Rick Ross comes out, he gets some bars from Drake, who knows how long. Rick Ross immediately hops in the studio and gets to pen in a song. This is what you call a real rapper. The guy dropped in, 2 hours? Less than 3 hours. He hopped in the studio, and this is the thing. Drake fans love saying this. Drake fans love saying, man, he's on tour. Man, he's got to catch a flight back to Canada. Have y'all watched the Carter documentary? Please watch the Carter documentary, the Lil Wayne one. Lil Wayne was recording Carter 3 while on tour. Classic album while on tour. And I think a bunch of it leaked too. So recorded classic album, a bunch of it leaks, and then he records another classic album. Watch that documentary, please, because the amount of excuses I'm seeing is pitiful. And Rick Ross is somebody that there was no expectation of Rick Ross to reply. Nobody was hitting Rick Ross like, yo, where's your track at? He just hopped in there. The guy's not even mainly a rapper anymore. He's just doing who knows, God knows what, to make a ton of money. And he hops in and drops a track. This is what you call real rap. And man, it's a scathing track. And I'm not gonna lie, for you Drake stans, you better pray to God he just ignores this. Because, man, the ghostwriting thing comes back. And because what he said is, he was giving him all his hits. I'm also gonna play you a couple of clips right now of Rick Ross on social media talking about Drake. And then we're gonna get back into this.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas, smoke weed with the niggas while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. That shit costs 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late. And you can't call her when you get in this shit. This shit too deep to call your mama, white boy.
Okay, so you guys just saw that. Rick Ross is hilarious. I put this out on my Twitter too, which you should follow me, @TheMindOfHY, where I was saying, yo, you guys were saying Rick Ross is hilarious for the past year and a half. He's got his farm. He's cutting down these trees. But now, when he's making fun of Drake, he's suddenly not funny anymore. He's suddenly corny now. Nah, he's hilarious. And that song was hard that he dropped. But this is the thing. Drake comes at Ross by saying, man, I gave you your number ones, or, I put you on the charts. Well, Rick Ross is just asking questions. And I want the answers to these questions too. How is Drake handing out number ones? And this is something that Drake stans love riding him for, when he's having hits penned for him. Now, I can understand if you have no accusations or proof of ghostwriters whatsoever, yet you do. And there's more that keeps coming out. And Ross is saying that there's more out there too. Like, he posted a clip, I can't post it, of his verse on Sicko Mode, and he was laughing. He's like, you'll never guess who wrote this. And I have no idea who wrote that. I know Sci-Hi the Prince wrote Travis's part on Sicko Mode. We heard the reference track for that one. But Drake, I don't know. So if all these hits, or a lot of these hits, are getting written by other people, reference tracks by other people for Drake, then can he even use that? Oh, I gave y'all hits? No, you didn't. People are giving you hits. Are we going to start talking to Quentin Miller? Is Quentin Miller going to start popping his stuff like, yo, I gave y'all some of the biggest hits of 2015? Y'all would look at him like, nah, no, you didn't. So we got to do the same with Drake. He can't use that. And keep in mind, all of these tracks are after 2015. So after 2015, Drake gets exposed for the ghostwriting stuff, and he still does it. It's not even like he was like, damn, man, well, I guess I got to start getting busy. I do believe that he wrote a bunch of stuff since then, but after you get exposed for that and you just keep doubling down, you cannot come for anybody else on that regard. And Drake, he needs to leave the social media game alone when it comes to Ross. He got cooked. He posted that. He tried. He posted the alleged conversation between his mom, where his mom says, "Obs, the internet is saying you got a nose job? You look the same to me in the kitchen today. I can't believe you would get one without me, because you know I always wanted one. Don't tell me that you got tattoos without me, and now this, too." And then he said, "I would have got us a 2-for-1 deal if I went. It's coming from Rick Ross, the guy I did songs with. He's gone loopy off the Munjaro. He hasn't eaten in days, and it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad. Don't worry. We'll handle it." This is so unfunny. I read this with a straight face. And keep in mind, I don't like everybody teaming up on Drake. I think Drake came out and he's hungry. And I said that track is hard. There is no bias here. However, this is just not funny. It's like, what? Performing at proms for money? Listen, we know Rick Ross isn't poor. We know Rick Ross isn't struggling. And that's the thing that he came at Drake for, too. He's talking about, oh, you're talking about charts? He's like, you're a worker. It's workers that want to chart. I have people charting for me, or I have people paying me off music. It's kind of like he's sunning Drake, where he's just saying, yo, this music thing, I just do it for fun. I've been made my money off of it and moved it on to bigger things. I'm more of a boss. I'm a business guy. And Drake is too, but Drake primarily is a rapper. And he would even agree that he's primarily a rapper. That's the title that he wants. That's the title that he's been wanting, and he wants the title of top rapper. Rick Ross, he's comfortable. I mean, he was talked about it years ago. He's like, yeah, you know, I wrote for some of your favorite guys. I don't think Rick Ross is ever looking at it like, oh, man, people need to put me in the conversation of the top 5. He's looking at it like, man, I'm getting my money. I know my skill. I'm confident in it, and that is what it is. So you can't come at Rick Ross like that when that doesn't bother him. And Rick Ross is just funny. The social media, Drake in general is not funny. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rick Ross, 50 Cent, these guys have social media on lock. They've got the meme propaganda. They're hilarious. And Rick Ross has a lot of information on Drake. I mean, BBL, Drizzy, that's just funny. Who knows? I don't even think he actually, and this is the funny part, you don't even worry about the truth when it's funny. Like he's just talking about, he's just talking about his nose, him getting a nose job. He posts 2 pictures which look the same. But upon further inspection, it does look like the bridge was maybe like not widened, but made a little bit thinner. I don't know. But that's if I was going to do a slight reach. I don't think the dude got a nose job, but that's what makes it funnier. I don't care if he did. It's just the delivery is hilarious. And the thing with Rick Ross is he's not going to let up. But this is where I start to speculate that maybe Drake moves dirty. Because keep in mind, Meek Mill was at the peak, 2015. He drops that album, sells incredible first week. Drake disses him. Or he exposes Drake. They get into a beef where Meek Mill is made to be the poster clown of the hip-hop genre by corporations, everything. Annihilated. And Rick Ross didn't jump in there. He kind of let it play out. He didn't say anything bad about Drake. He's like, yeah, you know, they're just having their spat and they'll get over it. So what would make Rick Ross do something now? I'm 100% sure Rick Ross is way more bothered by his money than someone messing with some chick that he messed with. And he even admitted that's not what this is about. That's what everybody's saying. Everybody's saying that's not what this is about. So Drake must be moving slimy, because keep in mind too, Drake is saying, yeah, I gave you hits, which I already addressed that point. Sure, even if he did give him hits, Ross gave him that credibility. Him chilling with people like Wayne, him chilling with people like Ross, him being on songs with them, that's what helped him burst out of that, man, this guy's lame and corny. Who is this guy? And you could tell just from his demeanor back then, he wanted to be cool. And they're like, yeah, man, you could kick it with us. And that gave him a lot of credibility, which allowed him to get bigger. That's the problem. Like some people are saying, man, you know, like Drake has a lot of women audience, etc. Yeah, but he would have been a niche artist had they not adopted him at that time and helped propel him forward by letting the guys know, like, yo, we're hard rappers and this guy's rapping with us and we're stamping him. And that allows you to flourish. It's kind of like the white rapper thing where it's hard to get on as a white rapper, but once you're on and a bunch of people start adopting you, kind of like Jack Harlow, then you're out of here. Boom. Straight shot to the top. And that's kind of what happened with Drake. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Be fair. Listen, this is a fair zone. That's what I want this whole ordeal to be. I don't got a horse in any of these races. I'm here for the music, first and foremost. And I'm here to get down to the truth. Because be honest, if everybody's coming at one person, are they just jealous or is that person moving slimy? Especially Rick Ross. We've seen him have an issue with Birdman, 50 Cent, and he's had issues with these people for a very, very long time. Other people that he's been cool with for like forever, like Lil Wayne, he stood by him, never seen him have issues with him. Like Khaled, he stood by him, never seen him have issues with him. Even Meek, he tries to repair that all the time. Like Meek would get upset about his label situation, but Ross would make sure it was handled. And he would try to repair that and mend that relationship. Now, obviously, I don't know Ross personally, but I'm just talking about from the outside looking in. We haven't really seen Ross. Like, he's not the jealous type of someone else's music success, especially someone like Drake, who he's gotten to work with and had tons of songs with. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.